And early on in that talk, I actually challenged all the teachers. They had to kind of do a grid from 0 to 100%, and they had to put their X where they thought their responsibility lied for motivating student performance. Is it 50% your responsibility, 80%, 0%, 10%? Where is that responsibility to motivate your kids to perform? And it created a tremendous buzz of dialogue in the room. So much so that a young man who was late 20s came up to me afterwards, said, I'm a junior high teacher, and I have to tell you, I did not like one thing you had to say today. I was like, well, it's nice to meet you. And then he said, I have to tell you, he said, my friends and I are talking, I don't think we're responsible for motivating our kids. He goes, and then he said, but I think you're right about a few things. And I said, well, I thought you didn't like it. He said, well, I don't like it, but I think you're right. So, and then he said, could I meet you for lunch sometime and talk about this? He was from the San Jose area, and I was kind of like, my wife and I are up in Northern California now. And so I was kind of like, well, I guess. But then I'm thinking, like, what if he's, like, creepy or something? So, maybe I ought to check him out. So I go online, I Google this guy because I want to find out, is he like a real teacher and a human being? Is he going to, who is he? Well, he, like everybody in their late 20s, he's got a blog, and he blogs about everything. Well, part of his blog was where he had created a message board of all the talks that he had attended, and he ranked them and rated them, and then invited his friends to comment on the quality of the talks, of which mine was one of them. So that was interesting to kind of see what he really thought. And what was interesting about that is he said at the end of his blog, he said, I think Dr. Kanold kind of has it wrong. It's not about do we as teachers have a responsibility to motivate our students. It's do we have a responsibility to inspire them.